So for the Unit 7 portfolio, we are going to be making a timeline. So this recording is going to go over the parts of a timeline and how to actually construct your timelines of events leading up to the Civil War. So when you're making a timeline, the first thing you need to do, if you choose to do it by hand, is have your line. Okay, so then each one of your events you need to make sure you have a date for. Timelines need to go in chronological order, so the dates need to go in the time that they happened. So for this example timeline that we're doing today, I chose events that we have learned about so far throughout the year. And your timeline for the Unit 7 portfolio, you are going to choose events leading up to the Civil War. So important events that happened that led us up to get to the Civil War. So when you are doing your timeline, each event is going to have a mark on the timeline. Under that mark, you are going to write the date. Okay, dates are very, very important. If you're having trouble finding a date for your Unit 7 portfolio, just please reach out to me and I will help you find a date, at least a year that corresponds with that date, so you know where to place it on your timeline. So the first event on our example timeline is from 1763, and that is the end of the French and Indian War. So underneath your date, you should always have the event listed that corresponds with that date. I'm not too concerned about if you place the events above or below your timelines for this portfolio. For the sake of having enough room, I am going to start to put my every other event above. You may have to do that with your events on your timeline too. So 1765, the Stamp Act is passed. 1770, the Boston Massacre occurs. And all of these events should be sounding familiar to you because we've learned about all of them in class so far. 1777, the Articles of Confederation are enacted. So we officially have a federal government in the United States at that point. 1783, the Treaty of Paris ends the American Revolution once and for all. You can see I'm running out of room here. 1789, first president of the United States was who? Everyone should know who that first president of the United States was. You can see my dates are going in order of which these events occurred. 1791, Bill of Rights added to the U.S. Constitution. Remember, that was a major issue, and some of the states weren't on board with the Constitution until that Bill of Rights would be added. 1803, Thomas Jefferson authorizes the Louisiana Purchase, so we double the size of the United States in 1803. 1812, we fight the War of 1812 with the British. All right, so your Unit 7 portfolios, you're going to put your events on a timeline like this one. If you want to do it by hand, this is what your timeline should look like in the end. You also have the opportunity to put these events in a timeline in PowerPoint, Microsoft Word, whichever way you would like to construct your timeline, but this is what your timeline should look like before you submit it.